Are you serious? That's right. Are you serious? Tornadoes tearing through Texas, through the South. Matter of fact, it was one of the 12 prophecies for this year of 2013. But not just tornadoes. Jesus said in the last days there will be wars and rumors of wars. Nation would rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And there will be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers or different places. And all of these are the beginning of sorrow. Well, let me tell you about some earthquakes. In the last 12 hours, 6.8. Where? Yesterday in Chile. 6.0. Santa Cruz Islands yesterday. 6.2. Santa Cruz Islands today. And 6.0. Alaska, southern Alaska today. So something biblical is going on with the signs of the second coming of Christ. Now we could go on and on and on. I mean, for instance, Australia alone had a record 122 degrees of heat. They've had the water turn blood red. They've had foam, the sea coming ashore with foam like you wouldn't believe. They have flooding. One event after, dust storms that are red and just consuming. I'm just talking about Australia in the last 60 days. And we know that we have misery taking place as there's pestilence, diseases. The flu epidemic has been incredible, and it only gets worse. But then there's been extreme cold in Russia, 50 below zero. And then here, Indiana, okay, the Midwest. 2 days ago, it was 67 degrees. This morning, it was 21 degrees. What? I mean, I don't know, put on a light jacket, my winter coat, a fleece. I don't know what to do. Turn the air on or turn the heat on, or open a window. I don't know what to do. Should I have heat put in my gasoline? Is it going to freeze up? Look. What's going on? Is there something going on? Well, let's just take a look here. Here's what the Bible said. And the sounds of the apocalypse are being heard all over the world. It's the voice of God. And he says that these events, these shaking of the earth would go on. Matter of fact, the Bible said in Isaiah in 24:20, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. But if you go to that same chapter of the book of Isaiah, listen to what the prophet said in the very first verse. Because some people are saying to me, is this a pole shift? Are we actually seeing a slight pole shift? Maybe. Matter of fact, a pole shift is mentioned in the Bible. It says in Isaiah 24 verse 1, behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down. What? And scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. That sounds like a massive pole shift. Just literally changing the course of history. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest. As with the servant, so with his master. As with the maid, so with her mistress. As with the buyer, so with the seller. As with the lender, so with the borrower. As with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. In other words, not only will the earth be turned upside down physically, but the entire economic and social structure of the world will be turned into reverse. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for the Lord hath spoken this word. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, and broken the everlasting covenant. When you attack Israel, when you come against the land of Israel and the people there, you're breaking an everlasting covenant with God. Iran, your threats, your nuclear facilities, your constant rhetoric and saber rattling of trying to wipe Israel from the pages of history. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei of Iran, the supreme Muslim spiritual leader, when you call Jerusalem a cancerous tumor and needs to be eradicated from the earth, you're breaking an everlasting covenant with God. Ellen DeGeneres, you and Rosie O'Donnell, Rachel Maddow, and anybody else that wants to get involved with this lesbian Last Supper, mocking the very communion of Christ, who is talking about sharing his own blood and his own flesh for the redemption of humanity. This blasphemous act of this painter, if you don't condemn this painting and demand that you be taken off of the painting, you're breaking an everlasting covenant with God. Do you understand what's going on in this country and in this world? Russia, the bear of the north, be very careful. You better turn those MiGs away. Mohammed Mursi, do you know that when you allow Christians to be beheaded and show their decapitation on state-run television, when you allow Christians to be crucified in the trees, even in the front lawn of your presidential palace, when you allow the burning down and the assassination and the honor killings in your nation, especially the oppression upon Christianity, you're breaking an everlasting covenant. Do you realize when you swear and come against God's people, you're literally breaking an everlasting covenant? And you better not touch Israel, because Israel's the apple of God's eye. Are you serious? And don't touch the body of Christ, because we've been grafted into that same olive branch, olive tree, olive vine. Therefore has the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. This earth is reeling and rocking. This earth is shaking. The birthing pains are intensifying. We're coming up on soon the 188th day earthquake cycle. It'll be the 7th time. Will there be a mega quake again? I mean, yesterday 6.8, Chile 6.0, Santa Cruz Island 6.2 today, Santa Cruz Island 6.0, Alaska. That's 4 earthquakes over 6 in less than 24 hours. The earth is like it's reeling and rocking. It's going to get worse. You're going to see many, many, many more signs in the heavens. There'll be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars. The stress of nation. And what about the sounds? Here's what it says about the sounds. Go to verse 16, same chapter, Isaiah 24. From the uttermost part of the earth have we heard songs, even the glory to the righteous. But I said, my leanness, woe unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. The treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. It shall come to pass that he that fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit. And he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are opened, and the foundations of the earth do shake. Are you saved? The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean and dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. It's going to reel and rock like a drunkard. Are you serious? It's going to stagger about. Give Jesus your heart. Jesus your heart.